Bro is having a moment. Damn. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Vontae, the first, the day portion of Mugen Eclipse.
It's me, Mr. Twitchy, the night portion of Mugen Eclipse. We are here today with Season 7, Episode 16 of My Hero Academia today.
The villains did it again. A few episodes ago, same thing, kind of in the same way, the villains on top, and now they're on top again, even though they kind of have been on top for most of the parts of the war. I mean, the Deku coming in was like one of the heroes' dubs, but it got taken away quickly. You see Shigaraki, he's mutating again, morphing or whatever.
Whatever that is.
Obviously, Spinner was clutch. Very clutch. He got Kodagiri free. Now he has warped everywhere to all the locations. And Toga, she's using the blood that she got. We seen way back earlier in the season when she was talking to Dabi, and Sad Man's Parade everywhere.
Oh god.
Hawk's got that PTSD, man.
Kill him again.
I seen discourse about that, by the way, about Hawks. They're like, what is he doing? Did you see that on Twitter?
No. What's going on
with
that?
They took it, like, they didn't take it as like Hawks being like, oh, I need to kill twice again, and he didn't feel any remorse when he did it the first time and all that kind of stuff, and they think
you're just not reading My Hero. It's
you're
fine.
Not reading
you don't know how to read. It's fine.
You're not reading it, so it is what it is. But yeah, man. What were some things from the episode that you really enjoyed?
I just love the pacing of it all. It had like 3 or 4 connecting parts that all seemed to seamlessly flow together into one culmination, and then the episode ended. And I was just like, I can't believe I have to wait a week for this. Now, I will say in terms of the production quality, it is very difficult or damn near impossible to do all of those twice clones an infinite amount without using CGI. I just wanted to bring that up because I had no problem with how they used CGI last episode. I think more so this episode, depending on how they interact with our 2D models for our heroes at these various locations, is how I'm gonna generally feel about how the anime is adapting this part of the story versus how the manga does it. Obviously, Horikoshi doesn't have the usage of 3D CGI in order to input those characters onto the panel. But we'll just have to see what Bones does. And then I do know who returns this episode. So full disclosure, I was spoiled. I'm just so excited. I've been waiting forever for my boy. So.
Yes, sir. And there might be more surprises that you don't know. So.
Okay. I'm ready.
We're gonna get into it.
I'm not ready.
All right. With that being said, let's get into Season 7, Episode 16 of My Hero Academia, right about now.
Now, whatever you do, don't push this button.
I am Groot.
Uh-huh.
I am Groot.
That's right.
I am Groot.
No! No, that's the button that will kill everyone!
By the way, her VA went crazy when she said,
"Oh,
Man's Parade." I was like, damn.
It was like guttural. You could hear like the raspiness in her voice.
The League of Villains does have a really cool dynamic where it's like they all have their own motives, but at the same time, they help each other regardless. Look at that.
That's parade.
But they have a pretty good dynamic though. Oh wow.
What's he gonna
That's
do?
A shot.
Oh, she got through.
Get her.
And Froppy. You know, that could have been disastrous.
Wow, look at that shot. And no, I don't mean that shot, guys. No, I really don't. It's like seeing the twices and seeing all the colors of everybody else's quirks under, that was fire. Horikoshi knows, hey man, even the big heteromorph lady, hey man.
Hey, he can draw him.
I don't know what it is about this OP, but like, I just really like it. I think the tempo is just perfect, and his voice, it's a nice build up.
I think it just matches the tone. It's got like enough of a resistance to it to where the heroes will not stop unless they are dead. And also, like, visually speaking, it's not the most complex opening we've ever had, but it works.
I also love that the ending of this OP is like the ending of the last one where he's reaching out his hand to young Tenko.
Oh,
but in this one,
God.
it's him now looking at him.
Pixie Bob. This is chaos.
Yeah. You know, I just had a casual fight with All For One, you know?
Yeah, you should see him though. Oh, good
I really
God, he's
appreciate
naked.
that Horikoshi did that though. Have like students go against All For One too. Man, look at that shit, man.
I just cannot.
Now this is when I would retire, not after the last one. This is when I would retire, man.
Okay,
Look
this
at
looks
him, his
good.
size
This is what
and
I was talking
arm.
about for the CGI.
Yeah,
Look at this.
like look at it. Every color pops. Every single color.
Connie on the mic too.
Yeah, this has been probably his best performance. Oh wow, that I've ever heard.
Gross.
Ooh,
Wait, go after Tomura?
man. Yeah, because he mentioned before that he wanted to.
Assist him, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Just the way that was worded sounded like there was another reason.
Yeah, this is the battlefield I would not want to be in.
The worst area.
Fire, I can't breathe here. Like, I'm burning. I sound like a broken record, but like seriously, this might be the best animated series in my era.
Wow.
Like,
Look
I
at the
haven't- it's
detail.
been
This
a
is
long-
8K.
Yeah, it's been a long time since we got this.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Oh, look at this, bruh.
Got
Oh, the
Phoenix wings of his own?
Ah.
Dude, you gotta end it.
And this OST too.
Call back to his line when he first became the number 1 hero.
Man,
You are screwed. It's time to blink.
It's like, bruh. It's like, damn.
Damn. Negative? Whoa! Oh!
Oh, that's kind of like from the last OP.
Yes!
I was
What
wondering,
the
where did
hell?
that come from? Yeah,
Well, Coffin's going down.
I don't want to be in there either. Shout out Mandalay, by the way, with the comms. Speaking of comms, he's the
Why
other
does that
comms
look
guy
like God
for the
from
villains.
Undead Unluck? You know.
There's no God. No, it's fine. Deku's VA been really good too. His voice been real deep.
Peeling off?
Yeah, you gotta be careful because
No.
since
No.
Monoma and
Don't
Aizawa's
smile. Another good throwback.
down, now he's like, oh, now he's back to Shigaraki, not that fuse mind offer Shiggy. Big outlines on the fingers.
This VA's doing his thing too.
Yeah.
This feels like
Yeah.
Wano.
Yeah, for real. Probably, he definitely got inspiration because I know Oda is one of his mentors.
Damn it!
They did say it's on a cellular level, so yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. Yes! Yes! Who is this?
Matter of fact, I think this is the end of the chapter too. That was one of the short chapters.
Okay, I love this OST more so
Yeah.
than anything before it.
I just
We're
shut
in good
my
hands.
head immediately.
Da, da, da.
This is his rival. She's been fucking with him, man. See, you're garbage. That's hilarious.
The pump dance. This is insane, La Brava.
I actually always loved the hacker trope in any cartoon, anime, anything. I'm gonna hack into the mainframe and we'll be all in. We'll be right in and we... Hey, shut up. Shut up. I understand.
You
but
say
shut
that,
up.
read Vigilantes, Vante.
You know what's funny? I literally about to say it's probably. I swear to God, I literally about to say it's probably something
do
that
it.
happened to him in Vigilante.
Just do it.
I literally was about to say that. Manga, do something. You have the power of manga. Do something. Hey, Nani.
To what?
Bro, hell no. Yeah, I quit today.
Have you ever seen like those videos of like Amazonian ants that are just like mounds?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah! Yes! The boy!
For all the people who didn't respect him in his arc, now
Man, he was one of my like top 10 characters in the series.
what? Boy is back. He's always my big example when it comes to like people not appreciating the heroic elements and themes of this series. Hey, this joke and Vibration Boy.
Walmart Deku. She's so happy.
Yes, sir.
Oh. Okay. After the attack on Tartarus. Oh, was he one of the prisoners? This is probably how he got on the good graces of the hero side.
That no more right there doesn't work. I'm not gonna lie. He literally was here
Stegosaurus,
during
fuck
this
that.
world too.
Wait, didn't they say all but one prison was able to get away?
Nice that you remembered that.
Is Gentle about to have a one-man stand?
Man, I love that came back and it resonated with him. You hear that?
Stop! I'm gonna cry. Stop it.
Ugh. Ha ha! Got
Look
him.
at this feat.
Got him. Right, because that's crazy criminals right there. So level
He
6
wants
impale down.
redemption. Wow.
And this came out of nowhere. Nobody would ever even think this would came up in the episode.
He's gonna catch it.
Ah, that's so good.
Oh,
If you out there appreciated the story, you know this is perfect. And it's not just a one thing. He did what he did in the prison. Now he's trying to do what he's doing for the Coffin in the Sky.
the power of love.
Whew. Wow, bro is having a moment.
Lover.
Damn.
Oh, I'm so happy right now.
I don't know why, but Gentle Criminal and La Brava, they could be an Undead Unluck, man. I don't know, something about it. I think it's the romance element. That's what it is.
You want to talk about
Characters like
another
this are
feat?
perfect. Characters like this in stories are perfect. Every mangaka needs to have a few characters, even if it's just one, that has not that much screen time. They're not in chapters as much, but their story itself can make you be like, oh, that's a character right there.
Oh, and he heard it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Go over. Ah, that is crazy. Like imagine being Deku shoe and seeing that. Wow.
Look at this.
That would give me a boost. Like, okay, I have hope.
Pay attention.
Uh-oh. Don't stop the music, though. Don't do that, Shiggy. Stop. Shiggy, stop. Don't stop the music.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo. No way. No way.
Surprise.
Ain't no way. They brought him back in the same episode? Ain't no way. Horikoshi.
Now, going to that preview, the preview we seen last week, Deku said something like, yesterday's villain is today's hero.
Ah, the title. And
Oh,
I wonder what that is.
that's a sniper right there.
Ah,
Usopp,
reload.
Get your shit up, man.
Oh, I've got like such happy goosebumps. I've never
That
used
was
that phrase
good,
before in my life.
That was good.
So I was spoiled, obviously, on Gentle coming back. I was not spoiled on Nagant.
I remember when I was reading them chapters, I was like, wow. Man, they did a great job. Like, I would say they did a great job mostly from like him being above the water going upwards. But in the manga, I loved how it looked in the manga of the whole Coffin in the Sky and him under there.
Okay.
But both did really well, like for their own parts, for sure.
Man, if I had not been spoiled on Gentle, this might be like a top 5 episode for the series for me.
Oh yeah, that was one of my favorite feel-good moments in the series.
Man, you want to talk about redemption. Horikoshi knows how to write redemption.
In logical redemption, it's all about the characters if they want to be redeemed or not. That's something that people need to pay attention to more in the series.
Like, Toga is completely giving it up.
Hey, Shiggy probably got PTSD. Remember when the old boy sniped him in when they came into USJ? Oh, that's the panel. That's the panel right there. That was the panel. Horikoshi is crazy with the art. And then even with Lady Nagant at the end, like, who are you, Horikoshi? Who do you think you are?
Even like the way or like the speed at which the rain is coming down, you can see from the foreground to the background, like how much wind is just going on in the background. So for her to hit that shot from, I don't even know how far away is this, like 2 miles? And not to say that Horikoshi has completely ignored romance in this series, because I do know some stuff at the end. It hasn't been a primary focus, but with that being said, when he decides he wants to do romance, it is incredible. Like the Gentle and La Brava storyline, I just remember watching that. That was one of the first times that I can remember as a reader to where I was rooting more so for the antagonist than I was for the MC. Now, for those of you who have been longtime followers of the channel or just know me pretty well, I'm pretty much like a stan for MCs. Like that's just like my lane. Like some people like the dark edgy people, some people love the pervy elders, some people love, you know, like the female cast. It's to each their own, I suppose. But for me, it's always been like I really enjoying the MCs, and that was the first time I think in ever, or first time in a while,
right?
To where I was just like, okay, well, I love Deku, but Gentle, like he's got to get his time, because that is just downright criminal. How he was treated by this world. He was not a bad guy. A mistake was made, sure, but he had the best intentions. And it's just kind of the phrase that we keep talking about, Vontae and I off camera, is like, all it takes is one bad day. And that applies to so many villains in this series. And also to a certain extent, all it takes is one good day. Because Deku, his chance encounter meeting with All Might, if that never happened, we wouldn't have this story. It could have went to Lemillion, it could have went to someone else. All Might could have died ages ago. And we see him at the end of this episode going somewhere. I wonder where.
With a briefcase. Where you going? I remember, I think I've seen each other. Where he doing? Where he going? What he doing? He might get in the car again, because I remember him having the briefcase around that time too. But yeah, man, like I always say, is every mangaka needs to have a character like this, where they don't have that much time. Like chapter wise, I don't know how long. Like in general, like overall, Gentle Criminal has been in this manga, probably not even 20 chapters. 20. Every mangaka needs to have a character like this, just to show how good of a writer you are. And just like what you were saying about like him and his entire story, like he came in at a time where technically it was the worst time possible because of the whole concert thing, and you know, Deku and trying to have, you know, airy smile, all this stuff. And then you have Gentle Criminal and his motivations and his side of it as well. A lot of people did not like the arc for, you know, whatever reason, you know. But it was a downtime arc, but you still got good story, a good narrative between the transitional period somewhat, even though it was his own arc in itself. Yeah, his character, like, you can understand him, you can relate to him, like you can put yourself in his shoes. If you made a mistake in life when you were younger, and you've been guilty and you regretted it your whole life, and you feel like that's what made you go down like a bad path, or it probably did make you go down a bad path. But I always love that the officer told him, like, you know, he gave him some advice, like, and it resonated with him, the whole do-over thing, right? And he came in, and Horikoshi set himself up very well for this too, because it would have been bad, or I would have really been disappointed if, not that he forgot about Gentle Criminal, but if he
didn't utilize it again.
Exactly, because he set it up so well, where I felt like, I remember when I read it, I was like, he definitely has to come back. There's no way this is it. Like, we have to see him in some, and not even just like on some background stuff, like, oh, we see him in the, you know, in the street being a hero or something. Like, actually see him have his moment, and he had his moment twice. The prison, making sure that
let me talk about that for a sec, because my goodness, I just remember thinking back to that chapter, and that's another like hot topic issue for this series in terms of how the last war arc ended. The villains got away. Oh, there was one prison that randomly had all of its prisoners, you know, essentially left behind or still retained. And we thought to ourselves, well, that doesn't make sense. Tartarus is supposed to be the apex. Tartarus is supposed to be impenetrable. And it took like a perfect lock and key type of situation with two all-for-ones, a shared consciousness, and the help of other people within the actual prison itself to allow for that escape. But wait, Gentle, behind the scenes, stayed true to who he was as a character, because he could have not taken that policeman's advice. He could have just went with the rest of the prisoners that were looking for freedom, but no. He has the heart of a hero, and that's the point of his character. He is trying to do good things. Yes, it might affect people negatively in some form or capacity, talking about Eri, but it's not meant to be sadistic. It's not meant to be villainous. And I just love how Horikoshi just brought that full circle. I immediately remembered that there was one prison that had all of its prisoners still retained, but I never thought he'd bring it back. So kudos to him, man.
Perfect. This moment is probably one of the best character moments in this manga. Like, he shined here. And for Deku to see him, like, wow, that's crazy, especially what they went through. And nobody, and I always had this thing where, like, one of my favorite types of like battles in any kind of story ever is when there's a battle between two people where nobody knows what's going on. It's just those two people. Of course, you know, they came in the end and, you know, arrested them, but like, I always love those where nobody knows what's going on. And Deku's been through a few of them, like against Muscular, for example. And we all know that's one of a lot of people's like top 10 when it comes to like moments or fights for Deku specifically too. I always like that because you really get to focus on the characters and their motivations at that point in time where nobody else is like interfering or anything like that, and we're just fixated on these two characters. So for a lot of people who like kind of tuned out or didn't really appreciate it a lot, this is kind of weird. It's kind of, I guess, you know, some people are just mostly into like the meatheadery in series, but for this one, it's like, for one, you get the action, and two, it's like these are two characters who absolutely want to do something. They're on opposing sides, but they're not a villain to one another. Not necessarily. They're in each other's way, but they're not. It's basically like a good guy versus a good guy. That's how I've always seen it. That's why I felt it was such a great dynamic. You see Stain is a villain, but he has this weird philosophy that kind of makes sense, but he be killing people, so that's, nah, I don't agree with that. But like, there's certain characters in the series that aren't one note, and they're very complex, a lot of layers to them. No pun intended, because, you know, Gentle with his trampolines, the layers. But once again, great episode. Love the animation, the production. Them playing Might You.
Oh my god.
Thank you. Because after the Bakugo thing, like, if I don't play it then, I need to play it some other time. So we got it. Even if it wasn't the vocal version, it's still fire, because You Say Run and any rendition of You Say Run is fire. So, and Might You is fire. So yeah, that's pretty much all I got. Long video, but it was for a reason. The discussion, great episode.
Yeah, last point I just want to make is that this also is in line, and I love the Deku acknowledging the fact that Gentle saved the day, because Deku's whole thing is he wants to save people, and he saved Gentle. If it was any other hero, I don't think Gentle would have gotten this chance for redemption. So
right.
I'll leave it at that.
Actually, one more thing, since you said that, it's really cool because Deku's whole thing is like, if I hadn't met these people before they became villains, like, things could change.
Could I have saved them?
And Gentle is like, as of right now, he's kind of like the only, aside from Lady Nagant, those two, which they both came in the same episode, those two are the only people that we know of that he was able to save, and he's seen that they end up becoming heroes from it. They end up better off from it. So he now knows that maybe it's not too late for some people. Maybe those mistakes, you know, need to not need to be made, but they're made. But I can still help them. For some people, like maybe like a Shigaraki, sure, it would have probably been way better for him if, you know, somebody put out a hand for him when he was a kid, when he needed help, instead of being ignored. And then now we got him being the craziest villain out there right now. So it's like, it's one of those things where now Deku knows, he gets the confirmation like, okay, I can actually save somebody, especially with him wanting to save Shigaraki right now. He's like, oh, maybe I can save him now. So now Gentle Criminal gave him
good
hope.
Can come from it.
Right. And it's funny, the next episode is called Hopes. So funny, but once again, great episode. And yeah, I just tell you guys to stay tuned. A lot of content coming out, backlog stuff, fall series, animation, live action, a lot of stuff coming out, so stay tuned for all that. And tomorrow we have Undead Unluck at 2:30 p.m. or 2 p.m. Eastern. If you love Undead, pull up for that. But you got anything else to say before we head out?
Nope, you can end this up here.
All right, see you guys on the next stream or video. Have a good one. Please stay safe, stay healthy, stay clean. See you guys on the next video, and peace.